Coming up on Thousand Air Radio. It's cork. There we go. Look at that. Yes. There. You know, I'm going to take this out of the plastic. That's much better. Everything's always better without protection. Yeah, you think so till your coin gets damaged. I'm a simpleton. I'm stacking these because I want to see what a whole bunch of them look like. You have to eat one so I can trust you. Man, if you had a big hoard of these, you'd be Mr. OG SHTF. It's week 7 in the 5th Centenario era. Every Jan and June. It's easy to remember. Said I could have it for $350. Wow, this 10-ounce Port Silver Skull is the reason why I did not bring a lot of cash with me. I knew there would be irresistible things here that would lead me astray. Perhaps I will trade them for Mercury dimes. And if you think I'm someone who loves money, you're so wrong about that. I spent nearly $20 on the last Captain America movie, and I knew it would be terrible. Last video, Sunset Very Limited takes the first class. Thousand Air. Buckle up, muchacho. It's going to be a fun one today. I know it seems like I'm important, but I'm not. You could do the same thing. I'm just a guy with an iPhone and a crap job. It's an iPhone 11. What are they on now, 16? Yeah, I got some gold coins. Let's do this. Cheers to you, friendo. A friend wants to sell this gold bar. Another friend wants to buy a 1-ounce gold bar for spot. How do I know that? Well, you see, I have another friend who stacks as well that knows that friend who told me. You see what kind of friends I have? Friends that buy and sell 1-ounce pieces of gold. I'm feeling a bit proud saying it out loud because it wasn't always so. When I say I'm building a wealthy community, I mean it. Now, I know it's a good policy, a great policy, to be hush-hush with gold. But if I know someone else has a substantial amount of gold, I open up a bit. When you're new, there's always that fear. If I buy 1-ounce gold, who am I going to sell it to? It's a bit of a leap of faith because you really need to acquire a substantial amount of gold before these people materialize in your life. Like attracts like, friendo. It's so true if you think about it. So what's the benefit to having friends with gold? Well, let's use this gold bar as an example. I have one friend who's selling this bar and he's not taking a haircut. He's getting spot for it. And another friend who's acquiring an ounce without paying a premium. The value is all retained in the social network. Whereas if each individual acted independently, a portion of that wealth would go to an exchange. It's kind of like if you and your buddies all liked playing scratch-off tickets, well, when everyone mostly loses, their filthy fiat promissory notes go off to the ether. It becomes part of government spending. And we all know how efficient government spending is. If instead, you and your buddies had a poker night, not only would you have better odds of possibly winning something, but the cash generally stays in circulation amongst you. Anyhow, so before taking the bar from one friend to another, I stopped off at a coin shop and had it tested. The box is in between the brackets. That's what we want to see. It's all clear to take to friend number 2. But before I go, I'll look at some merchandise from the coin dealer as a courtesy. Wow, this 10-ounce Port Silver Skull is the reason why I did not bring a lot of cash with me. I knew there would be irresistible things here that would lead me astray. Astray from what? Well, I got a lot of Mercury dimes I have to purchase. Ugh, he said I could have it for $350. I was gonna go back the next morning, but my allergies were killing me. And paradoxically saving me at the same time. Is that a paradox? I don't know, but it's definitely ironic. Oh, if you have not already, could you please hit the like button? I appreciate the generosity more than you know. If you're new here, I have some poured silver pirate treasure in my deep stack, and this here would look fantastic amongst it. If you recognize the brand on the back, let me know. I feel bad for letting this one get away. He may still have it. Maybe I'll call and reserve it. He also had some Mercury dimes, so I purchased $4 face. This is why I did not buy the skull. I'm attempting to get a 1-to-1 Mercury dime subscriber ratio, meaning I'll have one physical Mercury dime for each subscriber to the channel. And it's not going so well. Don't get me wrong, I'm ecstatic to keep acquiring Mercury dimes. But let's check the stats. A few days ago, I had 542 mercs, but with 4,140 subs, running a deficit of 3,598 mercs. I accidentally bought a grimy one. I'm looking for it. If these are going to represent subscribers, I don't want to have a grimy one. No offense if you're grimy, friendo. I just want to honor you properly. Plus, I don't want it tainting the rest of the dimes. So I'll be adding 39 today, not 40, giving me a total of 571 beautiful Mercury dimes. But I got 71 more subscribers, and chances are if you're watching this, there's more than that by now. So today it's 4,211 subs. So even though I'm adding 39 more mercs, the deficit grows to 3,640. This pursuit has already begun to change my behavior. I could have taken off work the other day, and I was like, you know what? I could use the extra cash to buy some more dimes. This almost unrealistic pursuit to match Mercury dime to subscriber of a wildly fast-growing channel incentivizes me to do more. When you make a goal, it should seem unobtainable. I didn't think I could stack Centenarios, which each contain 1.2 troy ounces of gold if you're unaware, and I buy one every 6 months. They are getting increasingly more expensive in fiat terms, but I'm still managing to barely pull it off. All right, there's this grimy dime, the reverse. I didn't see it when I was picking them up. I was in a hurry. All right, so now it's out of there. So when you make a big goal, it should seem somewhat unrealistic or unobtainable because you're not who you need to be yet. If you were, you would already have it. There would be no need to make a goal. If you want to be thin, fit, and healthy, but are not, well, you're probably not eating like you should or getting enough activity. And changes will need to be made. You would have to become someone else, someone you already are not. Already. I had a problem saying that clearly. Somehow, I got to become some guy who spends $1,000 on Mercury dimes each month. And what if the channel keeps growing, or even starts growing faster? Well, I guess if I ever get a check from Google, it's all going to Mercury dimes. Who knows? Stick around and you might witness the first Mercury dime millionaire being formed. But back down to earth where we are right now, I'll just need to figure out how to make an average of an extra $250 a week. Yeah, just somehow I need to get a raise of $250 a week. It's not impossible. Some people all of a sudden have a baby on the way and they figure it out. And it looks like the silver price is rising too. That's great. I'm trying to feel the pressure because that's how diamonds are made. They're also made in a lab. I was made in a lab. I'm kidding. But I do know someone who was made in a lab. So I don't have a baby on the way, but I have Mercury dimes on the way, and I need to become a better man. How? I don't know how. Maybe I'll need another job. Plus, I can also make some cuts. It may not be easy, but pegging the strategic Mercury dime reserve to the subscriber amount, it's gotta be rewarding. Such a stressor should induce a mutation. Speaking of stressors and goals, it's week 7 in the 5th Centenario era. So I got another $150 to set aside to buy Centenario 6 by the end of June. I buy one every Jan and June. It's easy to remember, but it's getting increasingly more difficult to do. The first Centenario was 2K. The 5th one was almost 36. Brutal, but I have to remind myself, gold can go down too. Maybe the next one will be cheaper. Maybe not. Either way, I'm gonna have to keep my spending on recreational activities to a minimum. If I wanna have some fun, maybe I'll put some ice in my water. Or perhaps I'll put some earbuds in when I walk. Yeah. If you have not already, can you please hit the like button? And if you really wanna help me out, engage with the video. Make a comment on someone else's comments, or leave an algo treat. I'll never take sponsorship from bullion dealers or mining companies, but I will harass you for likes. I found this panda in my car. That's why I never have it detailed. One time, I found 3 pandas under the driver's seat. Oh, if you're new and you think I make a bunch of cash, I do not. I work a job anyone could do fresh out of high school, or even if you dropped out. I just live like a minimalist. What the heck? I pretty much got rid of all my bad habits and I invest pretty much everything I have, or will have. But I do have my investments and my treasures here, and I do take a lot of joy in that. And if you think I'm someone who loves money, you're so wrong about that. I spent nearly $20 on the last Captain America movie, and I knew it would be terrible. And if I get big gains on a stock trade or something, I give a little away to someone. Someone that's already working or trying to do something, I give them a bit of a boost. Not to panhandlers with cigarettes in their mouth. I can't even afford to smoke. A friend that I got into stacking gave me this. Salivate Metal's the GOAT. I've been a subscriber of his since he had about 5,000 subs. And I still tune in. Not to every video, he makes so many. And does live performances even when he's not feeling well. I get a little congestion and I'm like, nope, not making any videos. Yeah, so this is his channel round. It's 2 ounces. And it's chunky. So I'll be keeping this. I thought it was definitely pretty generous. I'm usually the only one that's generous. I don't mind, though. I just figure many others simply lack capacity. I won't say means because I believe we all have the opportunity to make things happen if we care to. It's just many do not. But that's okay. The generous can always hire them. And probably for pittance since they're so tight. I always say, sell goods and services to generous people and buy goods and services from penny pinchers. I figure that's the best way to get the best sell and buy price. If a dollar means more to you, you'll do more for it, like providing better products and services. And if a dollar does not mean that much to you, you'll spend more for something. And that's the best person to sell to. I just found these silver bars I bought some time ago. They are 20 grams each, but that's okay. I'm not afraid of odd weights. I know 20's not odd. I'm talking about the grams. What's a gram? This is a gram. A 1 gram Geiger bar. I used to call these chiclets, like the little square gum you could get out of the quarter machines. I used to have a handful of these, but I gave a lot of them away. Man, if you had a big hoard of these, you'd be Mr. OG SHTF. The premiums are too buku, though, for me. So, I'll stick to my Mercury dimes. And the occasional barber. I got a little jealous of Fish's desk jar. The desk jar. I like that. It sounds ominous.
I have altered the deal. Pray I do not alter it any further.
Oh, man. I thought it would fill up more than that. I saw this in a general store, so I picked it up for $1. Why not? You can't really see the barbers that well. The glass is kind of warped. But I do rather like the easy access cork. There we go. Look at that. Yes. There.
Now witness the power of this fully operational desk jar.
I'll stop. It's so easy to keep playing with the editor. If you don't already know, when I'm off picking up Mercs, occasionally I'll see some barbers. I'll grab them. Here's a better look at these 20 gram bars from the Silver Mint. I guess they just made them with a bunch of random countries. This one is Chile. Yeah, neato. I'm glad I bought it though. I got a good price for this because I bought it quite some time ago. And in the precious metals world, quite some time ago was usually a good price. Unless quite some time ago was 2011 and you bought a bunch of silver. At the top. Yeah, people who bought a bunch at that time, well, they're still underwater. The price, I think, just barely touched $50. And then it dropped rather rapidly. So, something to consider. Eggs in baskets. So it looks like I got an Australian one here and a Peru. So each one of these today is worth about $21.60. And in case you're watching this way later, I'm recording this with my phone in March 2025. Yeah, so these are neato, but perhaps I'll trade them for some Mercury dimes. Oh, that reminds me, if you want to interact with the channel, join the Pen Pals. You can now write me at The Thousandaire Collector, 1700 Sullivan Trail, Suite 7, Box 111, Easton, Pennsylvania, 18040. Don't forget to include your info so I can put you on my mailing list. I like to put that very late in the video for the people that actually enjoy the content. Oh, and if you're new here, that's probably you. So why not hit the subscribe button and stick around? It's cool. I don't mind the silver dime deficit. I'm an American. We're used to deficits. Besides, this is where you belong. A thousandaire amongst other thousandaires. Here's some little half-ouncers. I usually don't get these because, the premiums are ruthless. You know when the premium's not ruthless? When someone's selling these to me. Perhaps I will trade them for Mercury dimes. If you're a pro, don't worry. I'm going to figure out how to trade these without taking too much of a haircut. Or a haircut at all. I knew I had that salivate round somewhere, but I didn't know I had all these bars and half-ouncers. Oh, and this. I spontaneously bought this one day. Yeah, it was an impulse buy at my LCS. I'm going to take this out of the plastic. There, that's much better. Everything's always better without protection. Yeah, you think so till your coin gets damaged. This one's looking pretty beat up already. It probably has seen a lot of action. So, 1863, that would be during the French invasion. 1861 to 1867, just 100 years before the hippies. The obverse is the Republican cap and raise. You can't quite read Libertad, but that's what it says. So to the left, you'll see 8R, which stands for 8 reales. The Z is the Zacatecas Mint. If I butchered that, I don't care. The V and the L are the initials of Aceres, who oversaw the production and ensured the coin met standards. The 10D indicates 10 dineros, a traditional Spanish measure of silver purity. 12 dineros being pure and 10 being 0.833 fine silver, 83.3% pure. Although somehow this could still be 90% because V and L were slackers. 20G stands for 20 granules, which was another purity subunit. 24 being the purest and 20 aligns with the coin's silver content being just below maximum purity, consisting of 0.833 or 0.903 fineness depending on interpretation. All right, the reverse, this is easy. Republica Mexicana, an eagle eating a snake on a cactus, symbolizing good triumphing over evil. Or perhaps Mexicans triumphing over croissant-pushing Frenchmen who would not go away and continue to taunt them some more, at least until 1867. So, what do you think of this coin? Let me know in the comments below. I think I would consider these a worthy substitute, if not a promotion, for my old silver dollar purchase each week, perhaps when I'm a bit more wealthier. Stick around for a few years, you'll see. Or, just come back and check back in. I got some comments letting me know these 50 pesos gold coins may not be the smartest thing to stack. And I appreciate you looking out for me. But you need to understand, I'm a simpleton. I'm stacking these because I want to see what a whole bunch of them look like. There's only 5 here, and so far it just keeps getting better and better. These are my guardian angels. The security edge says Independencia y Libertad, which means liberty and independence. And I believe that to be a great focus. The eagle eating the snake, again, symbolizing triumph over evil. They contain 1.2 troy ounces of gold, which makes me 1/5 more disciplined than a 1-ounce stack. Not really, I guess it depends on when you buy them. Oh, and when I buy them, it's a low premium. I get the 47s, which is a common year because there are many restrikes. I wouldn't compare these to buying buffaloes or eagles. I would compare them to buying bars. And when I go to sell them, I'll probably get the bar price. Probably 5% under spot, depending on what the market's like. Funny thing about finance, it's not strictly mathematical. So what's that supposed to mean? The math is important, and there are many variations of winning mathematically. Some better than others, of course. But I think math takes the back burner to psychology when you're building wealth. Not that my opinion is that great, I am merely upper poor. But I think I'm on the right track. I feel it. I've had many successful harvests over the years. So in a nutshell, I like the design on these coins, and I find them very easy to hodl. If gold should drop $1,000, I'll feel it, but I won't care. Because I want my roll of Centenarios, and the next one will be cheaper, perhaps. If you were to try to write down a math equation for that thought process, well, I don't think you could do it. Does that mean it will not be a prosperous plan? I don't think so. I think I'm going to do just fine. That's a lie. I think I'm going to do awesome. Who knows? I don't know. What do I know? The history of saving and building wealth is the history of gold. And I think this Hannibal Lecter toy is awesome. Well, I guess that's it. That is it! Wait, I'm not done looking at this. This is so cool. I'm not spending $40 on it, but I'll admire it with my camera phone for just a wee bit longer. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, now that's it. That is it! Centenario Radio, wicked job. Hey, you stick around after the credits. I'm going to ask you to hit that like button again. And you did leave a comment, didn't you? I appreciate you, friendo. I don't know what I'm doing. Bacon, America. All right, I got to go. I got to stop looking at this bacon.